I don't know what we can talk about. I don't know what we can talk about. You guys want to talk about something? I don't know what we can talk about. I don't know. We'll talk about that. Consider a subscription to R8RBEAR family page. It's just $5 a month and you can cancel it anytime, but you won't want to. Because we do shows specifically for our supporters, and you will love them. Now, this is only on Facebook. On YouTube, you just click that bell, hit subscribe, and you get your reminders for R8RBEAR Live. Woo! Often imitated, never duplicated, that fool with no hair, that shouts like Ric Flair. Woo! What? You heard me. The R8RBEAR! Raiders! Alexa, hush. Whoa. Tradish. R8RBEAR Live. First comment. MVP tonight goes to, on YouTube, the heavyweight champion of the world, Jim Vanderlyn. Getting off to a fast start there, Jim Vanderlyn. Good job, brother. I think you got the first, 7 comments. Something like that. Right behind him, the middleweight champion of the world, who's been on a little bit of a hot streak of late. I mean, he's always the silver medalist, but man, got a couple of golds last week. Mark Vargas, that emoji-making son of a gun. Appreciate you, brother. Third place, my bronze medal goes to John the Lion. Leon, always catching L's, but never taking losses. My guy, John the Lion, Leon. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Honorable mention to S.A. Big Dog, who's always been sort of floating right on the outside border. You guys got to watch your back. He gets himself in shape. S.A. Big Dog's going to be a medalist. Now it's going to happen. I'm trying to speak it into existence because I don't know how I would shout out that S.A. Big Dog. I guess that was a preview. So what's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Appreciate you all. And now for my Facebookians. Woo! Both of my heavyweight champions in YouTube and Facebook holding it down tonight. Dustin King! I'm probably the only person that says Dustin's name 2 syllables instead of just Dustin. You know? Dust in. Second place, my silver medal goes to a good friend of mine. Hashtag daughter dad. That's why I respect him so much. Michael Purefoy! And one of my wife's favorites. It's true. Hey, when she first told me, I was so jealous. I'm like, what the hell? Third place, my bronze medal goes to that silky, smooth-voiced son of a gun who had me at slurping the man. I'm telling it, I don't care. A bunch of different Raider fans were arguing back and forth, positives and negatives about Derek Carr. Some of them going as far as saying they wish he was still here. Some of them say they're glad he's gone, back and forth. Luckeye Pace writes a page and starts it with, y'all were slurping up that man far too hard in the first place. I almost dropped my phone. I started laughing so hard. You had me at slurping him up, brother. Honorable mention to the former legend and world heavyweight champion himself, Josh Russell, who is in somewhat of a retirement status right now. He's won more than, you've been alive. Okay, so show some respect. What's up, Josh? Welcome to the show. Always there for Raider Bear. Travis Kelly, Chris Strong, Anna Diaz-Rincon, my first supporter ever. Bob Standard, my good friend. We've broken bread. And his wife is just too much. She's just adorable. Let's see. Troy Gill, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. DPC, David Pelcliva, Mount Rushmore in the house. Another former medalist that kicked a lot of butt around my show. Scotty Lutz said, what a great road upset win yesterday. Scotty Lutz, I think that might be the first post you've ever given me that that didn't have at least some sort of doom and gloom in it. Well, we won the game, but doggone it, we need to get our offensive line together, which, is true, but you didn't say it, though, so good man. Every once in a while, I want you to do that. Just do a post that it's just, hey, you know what? This is pretty nice. You got to do that more. That was a good post. Corinna Trujillo. Always there for Raider Bear. Every time she's on my show, she gives me stars. And if she doesn't give me stars, sometimes I shake the bell anyway because there's other times where she's giving me stars and I didn't shake the bell because I missed it because there were so many comments on the show. Carlos Guzman, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Miguel Garcia, 559 Fresno in the house. So, did anyone notice that Brock Bowers, in just a short period of time, 2 games, has 12 catches and like 127 yards, I think it was, something like that? Yeah, it's one of the fastest starts for a tight end in NFL history. And so, yeah, the Brock thing is real. Now, for those of you who are Michael Mayer fans like me, I would say to you, take a breath, because although I wish they targeted Michael Mayer as much as they do Brock Bowers, I'm looking right into the camera and I'm saying to you, there's a reason they're not. And it's not for anything, bad about Michael Mayer. It's just his learning curve and his performance in the moment. Sometimes he stumbles. Sometimes he misses a read. Little things. Just little things that sometimes when you come into the league and you're expected, to be a star and there's all these high expectations on you, sometimes it takes a year or 3 to get your act together. In today's NFL, they don't usually allow for that. But in his instance, I think they will because of his pedigree, his work ethic, really good guy. You know what I mean? Everyone in the locker room likes him. You never hear anything bad about him. So I think he'll be fine. I really like Michael Mayer because I'm just so excited after seeing what Brock Bowers did. Could you imagine if they get Michael Mayer open like that and then they just keep going back and forth to both guys? I mean, then that opens Devontae up, both long, short, and intermediate, because you have 2 tight ends. So either tight end could mix up their deep and short routes and then open interior areas for Devontae Adams, which is what we saw in this game. Brock was opening things up. It started to spread the defense out a little bit, and then he started hitting Devontae. And then after that, it was over. We had him. We didn't have to do anything after that. All right, so let me just go into this real super quick because I'm only a few minutes into the show, so we're not really going to miss anything here. Now, I am not sponsored by this, so I want everyone to understand I don't get money for this. I don't get anything for this. They don't even know I'm doing it. I'm just doing it because I don't like that television is becoming so combative with their, this contract for this TV network and this contract for this TV network, and you're racing all over the place just trying to figure out how you're going to watch a Raider game. It's ridiculous. Well, the only thing I've found so far that works is the DoFu app. I'm trying to get the angle right so you guys could see it. I know the light's glaring all over it, but it's an orange square and it has the words DOFU. It's just DOFU, DoFu. It's called the DoFu app. Maybe if I turn my spotlight off. Hold on. Oh no, it's my regular light. Alexa, turn off the office light.
Okay.
No, oh man, even my monitor is giving me all that. That's no good. Alexa, turn on the office light.
Okay.
Yeah, that's no good. Well, anyway, okay, so it's called DoFu. It's the DoFu app. It's an orange square. It's an orange square with the word DoFu in it. And you'll figure it out. And once you get that, you just hit open. When you hit open, it'll do these little weird app commercials where it says, hey, do you want to see this? Right at the top, you just say, no, I want to skip right to Dofu. And then it goes right to this, and it gives you all sorts of different sports shows and things that are on ESPN, Fox, and so on about different teams and what they're doing. And it's showing you shows right now because there's no games on, obviously, today or tomorrow. So, Monday Night Football, but it's not, that's, you know what, that's true, actually. It should have had Monday Night Football on here. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, there we go. Falcons, Eagles. So I just hit HD, and then it makes you wait for this guy to talk for a few seconds. Let me get through that. Okay, get through that, and then watch what happens. You guys will love this. Check it out. And then I've got the game. And now I'm watching the Eagles and the Falcons live. No problem. And how long did it take me to do that? You guys just saw it. It was seconds. And this is not a commercial. I'm not some guy on television, so you don't have to worry about it. It's real. I didn't do this with special effects. You know what I mean? It's really, really easy. Now, you're going to hear different people tell you it doesn't work, because I've come across people who've had great struggles with it, and they just gave up on it. And what I try to tell them is that you just have to work with it a little bit. And I'll show you why. See, when it shows you the games, you see all these little gold bubbles. Each one of those gold bubbles is a way to watch the game. So what you do is you just pick the very first one. It'll pop on the game. Now, if something goes wrong or the game just suddenly drops and you get like an error message and it says, oh, you can't watch the game because this is pirating, blah, 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 or some garbage like that. And by the way, I've never seen the word pirating, I'm just saying. Then you would hit the second one. After that, if it breaks, you hit the third one, and so on and so forth. And to be honest with you, I've never had to go through all of them. Never. I've had to go through two. One time I had to go through the third one, but I've never had to go through the fifth or the sixth. And you can see, depending on what you're watching, this is the Giants and the Browns, and it's got five also. Some of them have six, but the point is you just hit the bubble, game pops right up. It's really easy. If it's not working, that's just the commercial. Okay, now the commercial's over. Turn that off, hit close, hit open to the game, press play. Press play. Increase the size of the screen. Done. Uh-oh. Oh. I'm sorry, Tommy. They got your Eagles tonight. Atlanta's made some moves to get better, and the Eagles, honestly, after they had that run to the Super Bowl, and everyone started saying Jalen Hurts is the next, great super quarterback, it seemed like they fell off a little bit because they're not changing things up. They just keep coming back and trying to run all the exact same things, and the league catches up to what you're doing. They just do. And if you roll out Jalen Hurts and you throw him here and you throw him there, and then you don't adapt off that, they catch on to it and you can't do it anymore. All right, so let's move forward. Fun fact about Gardner Minshew's 77.5 completion percentage. It leads all NFL quarterbacks in 2024. Minshew also has 533 passing yards, tied for the second most in the NFL in 2024. How many interceptions do those other quarterbacks have? Look, man, Travis Kelce, I feel you, but old school Raider fan, don't care about stats. Tell me right now, how many lifetime yards Kenny Stabler finished with? Tell me right now how many yards per gain Bo Jackson got when he was playing, or Marcus Allen. No one can tell you. And you know why I love that? I mean, I literally love that. It's because, oh, there she is, my author.
Yeah, no drop.
Say hi to everyone because they all bought your book.
Hello. I'm the author.
Language, young lady.
I'm the author.
She's almost 23 and I still give her shit about saying foul words.
No, I just bumped into something.
I know. It's just funny. Thank you, Puddin'.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. Okay, so anyway, Raider fans don't care about stats. We just don't. If you really think about it, it's why we didn't give Derek Carr shit for all those years that he was here, and it was just stats. You know what I mean? He wanted to keep his completions high and his turnovers low, so he wouldn't target certain guys, wouldn't throw certain routes, and nobody cares about that. You know what I mean? I mean, I know other teams do, and I know analytics are the thing. You know what I mean? But I don't care about that stuff. In basketball, it means everything to me. I can go on and on with you about stats in basketball, but in football, I could care less. I just love my team. I love my players. You know what I mean? So I just want to see them succeed. And that's only somewhat true in basketball. I can't tell you how many threes Steph Curry has right now. I know he has the all-time record, but he's pushed it out to some number, and I haven't seen it in a while. Greetings, Raider Bears. You can imagine there are a lot of Ravens fans in D.C. If you think for a minute that I am the sort of a man who would talk a lot of trash at work, you would be absolutely correct. Doc Raider, I just get a sense you and I would get along really well. Our wives would have to get a hold of us because we would get into trouble. But yeah, Raven fan is pretty salty. But you did not hear Raven fan do what your boy Raider Bear did. They're not doing it. I don't know why they're not doing it. I don't know why other analysts aren't talking about it. But guys, we only won that game. Okay, now don't get me wrong. When I say we only won that game, it makes it sound like we got lucky or something. No. We kicked them in the mouth, okay? We punched them in the teeth. We kicked them in the donkey. And you know what the other word for a donkey is. We kicked them in that, okay? But my point I'm just getting at is this. When they got the ball back after we, showed momentum and we knew we needed a touchdown and a field goal, but in that first initial run to the red zone, remember, we had to kick the field goal. Now, it didn't really matter because we were going to have to kick one before or after. So if you're not going to get the touchdown there or it's a little risky, get the field goal, come back down, and put it all on the line for the touchdown, which we did, and we won. But, in reverse. But here's the thing. The Ravens quit on Lamar Jackson. John Harbaugh did not trust his supposed amazing Hall of Fame top 5 starting stud quarterback. He said to him, here's 2 run plays and a really vanilla throw. And if you can't get that done, we're punting. What? You're already 0-1. You're at home against a team that, let's be honest, is still figuring itself out in its identity. He should have saw us as a team to try to punch us in the mouth. Throw the ball deep a lot. Go after us. And instead it was the opposite. I know our defense is great, but that doesn't make the coach go conservative. It makes him go deeper into the playbook. It might make him bring in other guys from the bench to try to get a spark, things like that. But you don't usually lose confidence in your offense, especially when you have an all-pro, all-star quarterback. Allegedly. What's the guy really done? I'm just saying, what's the guy really done? And you notice I'm objective, okay? I don't care if it's a black quarterback, a white quarterback, a Mexican quarterback, a Polynesian quarterback. Woo! If I need to put butts in them, then that's what I do. And I am right now going to put butts in Lamar Jackson. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a Raiders show. We're going to talk about the Raiders. But I just want to get this out because I thought it was major league important. They dropped the ball. They really did. They dropped the ball. If you had just ran Lamar hard on the first play and the second play, then threw a little dump pass to someone, at the very minimum, you might have been able to at least run a little clock off. You know what I mean? Clock off. Playoffs. But I went into that tone. What the hell is going on with Levi Levis? Have you guys seen what's going on with Levis and the Titans? What's wrong with that guy? I mean, it's so bad. His own coach got caught on camera going like this. Which was, WTF are you doing? Anna, it felt real good shouting Saturday. It really did. Or shouting yesterday, excuse me. Steven Shaw, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. What's up, Bear? It feels good to put foots on those Ravens, right, Louie? And honestly, I woke up that morning. You guys can check the post. And I don't brag about predictions very often because I don't make a lot of them. You know what I mean? I do it when I really feel something. And to me, I just felt like the Ravens went 0-1. They're going to see the Raiders coming. They're going to take us lightly because we're 0-1. They're going to see us as meat in the water to their sharks. And I looked at Mama Bear and I said, I got a funny feeling they're going to take us lightly. I just think they're going to take us lightly. And then by the time they figured out, hey, these guys are good. We need to step on the gas. Then they start to pull away. Gardner Minshew has the meeting of his life on the field with Max Crosby, which we've all seen now. And then he's like war general the rest of the game from there. Did not call a single running play. Pass, 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 win the game. And how many times, be honest, think about it. I brought up the fact that John Harbaugh gave up on his coach and his team and his offense, okay? Nobody else has really talked about that. They don't want to shame Lamar. They don't want to embarrass John, and they know neither one of them is going to admit it. So I have to do it on my show. Raiders! All right, whose dog did I scare? Whose dog's barking? Come on, admit it. I know I got somebody. Gilbert Aguirre. I'm not even trying the Y in the Z, bro. I'm just saying Gilbert Aguirre. I can't do it. And just so the rest of the audience has pity on me, let me show his comments. You guys can see how he spells his last name. I'm not. I feel like I'll embarrass myself if I try to say that. I honestly rather play against Bryce Young. How is the Panthers O-line, though? The Panthers O-line is bad. That's part of the problem, is that they're trying to develop a quarterback that has no natural instincts, was not trained at the college level at all. And you guys, you're seeing that more and more and more, where these college kids are top-ranked quarterbacks, and then they're sent up to the NFL, and then all of a sudden they get here, and they're Will Levis. Clueless, undisciplined, cocky, arrogant, a bubble they live in where everyone's been telling them they're the best their whole lives until they get to the NFL, and they just think the NFL doesn't understand them. The best part of when Will Levis' coach said, "What the are you doing?" He looked right back at him and said, I don't know. And then just looked like a deer in the brights. Not just the headlights. I mean the brights. He was just like, Lance Sanfilippo, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Ellis Irving, how you doing, man? Welcome to the show. It looks like Devontae will stick around at least another week, huh? Gilbert, honestly, this was happening last year, happened the year before that. If you really think about it, I'm not trying to mess with you or anything. I'm just simply saying we get rumor or conversation about whether or not he's going to go to another team constantly. Now, in defense of that, I think that's supposed to happen. If other teams aren't reaching out to us and trying to get him from us, they're stupid. I mean, if you see that we're not playing too well, and he's one of the best in the league, hell, I'd reach out to that team and say, hey, you guys want to move off of him? You know what I mean? Save you a lot of money. You're not really winning. You kind of wasting time paying him all that money, wasting his time as an athlete and his stats, and maybe send him over here. I'll give you this and this and this and that. And that's the problem. The price is too high. The price has gotten so ridiculous now in basketball and football that they expect, 3 first-round picks and a pick swap and a 10th round. It's stupid. I was going to say a 10th rounder. They used to have 10 rounds. Actually, they used to have, I think it was 13 rounds. It was like in the 50s, but yeah, they had a lot of rounds. No, it wasn't in the 50s, so they didn't have the draft then. I forget exactly what it is. Now I have to find out. Hi, Mr. Bear. Tommy is watching the end of his game. Thank you for beating our division rivals. It was one of the very few times I've actually rooted for the Raiders. No, I don't believe that, Val. No, I don't believe that. No. You and I are kin spirits. I know you have rooted for the Raiders more than once. I've rooted for the Steelers more than once. And you know we're sworn to hate each other. Come on. The immaculate deception. No, and don't correct me. I said it right. It was a deception. That was ridiculous. That was a farce. That was a dead ball. Ridiculous. You go get that ring, polish it up, and you just mail it to my house. I'll accept it on behalf of the Raiders. Jason Morales. I ain't gonna lie, I was wanting AOC in after the half. Jason, you don't have to lie, because I was thinking the same thing. I really was. I was starting to feel like, hey, man, I mean, we're not moving the ball. We're down 6 to whatever it was at one point when they finally scored a touchdown. I think it was 6-16, I think it was, or 9-16, something like that. And right when they got there, I knew we still had a lot of time in the game to get back in it, but I just wondered if we could get back in it, you know what I mean, if we were going to keep playing like that. And then, of course, Max had the moment of the year. Don't let anyone talk you down off that ledge when you say Max Crosby changed our season in week 2. Okay? He did. He did. Now, as far as what Jason just said and what I was co-signing, Jason and I were feeling the same sort of energy that the Raiders coaching staff was. I promise you. 2 weeks in a row of bad turnover, slow start, and you're telling me that a first-year coach who's really fighting for his reputation here, who brought in veteran coaches to help him with just these sorts of decisions, is going to let that guy go into week 3 with us 0-2? Now, when you look at the strategy of it, if we're 0-2 and he lets Gardner start, it's against the Panthers. I mean, so if he loses to the Panthers, he's out. You see what I mean? If it was any other team, you could say, oh, well, maybe we're 0-3, because Gardner could end up playing well, not throw an interception, we still lose the game. And then you say, okay, no big deal, but not to the Panthers. The Panthers are a broken down, beaten down, and I mean beaten down. They are a beaten down franchise. And I can't go into all the reasons why. Their owner's just a jackwagon. He's racist, he's dishonest, he's foul-mouthed, he's adulterous. I mean, I could go on and on. And it's trickling down to the players because he makes statements around them that they don't like. He says things in the locker room, and none of them like the guy. And then you add to that losing, and now add to that monumental losing where you're not even in any of these games. They're not in any of these games. You know what I mean? And when they win one, it's by 6-3. So they're a disaster right now. So if Gardner Minshew had lost against the Ravens, we were all ready to give him a pass because we know the Ravens are a legitimate playoff team with a legitimate top 5 quarterback, allegedly. What? I have to add the allegedly now. John Harbaugh, woo, put it there. Put it, butts in ya. Johnny, I've always said you were the smarter Harbaugh. That bum in baby blue is the one that I think is going to make decisions like that suck and lead to losing. When do we play the Chargers again? When do we play the Chargers again? First, we all know Joey Noza won't be there. Joey Noza won't be there. He'll be hurt because he always is. He only made it to this game because it was the first one of the season. And it's true because he was hurt after our game. He went into week 2 all banged up. So if we had just got them week 2, we probably still would have beat him. We should have beat him. We should have beat him when we played him, and we should beat him whenever we play him next. It's ridiculous. Jim Harbaugh. Dustin! King! Kevin! Okay, I got to take a deep breath here. Kahuhano! Hi, honey! Hi, guys! Saying hi to the babies. He has a big family. Steven! Shaw! Appreciate the love on the stars, you guys. And remember, stars contributed to the show go directly to charities like the Kind Fund, Kids in Need of Desks, which is a benefit for kids in school in Africa, specifically Mumbai and some other places. And it's an awesome program that a lot of these kids, they go to school, they don't have a desk, they sit on the ground. Some of them have, like a little tablet, and no, I don't mean an electronic one. I mean a little wooden, piece of wood, like, and paper on it with a pencil, sitting on the ground, Indian style. It's disgraceful. So Mom and Raider Nation and Mama Bear, put 28 kids in school just a year and a half ago. And we're going forward now. I don't know how many we have in this year because we kind of paid more attention to St. Jude's and early onset cancer in kids. And there we've raised almost $8,000 now. And that's going really well. We'll have end of the year stats for you guys for that because we just like to brag about that because we feel like that's good bragging. So, and if you care, remember to share your Raider Bear. I appreciate that, Kevin. It's not just a slogan, you guys. You got to remember that. I need you guys to share me so I can get that algorithm up and more people know I'm on. But right now I have I had 55 a minute ago. I have 49 people watching me now. That's cool. Michael Ross, the Jersey boy Raider here, was at the game for my son's first Raiders game. Oh, wow, that's cool. Raider Nation took over in the fourth. Even AP was calling for us to stand up. It was an amazing day for the Raiders and the nation. Just win, baby. Yes, we did actually have quite a little bit of Raider presence. Now, it wasn't enough to embarrass the Ravens or anything, but we absolutely were being heard. So I was very impressed. I know Mob Boss made it to the game. I know Raider Wolf made it to the game. Quite a Hollywood Raider, I believe, made it to the game. Quite a few people made it to the game. Devontae is always open. Just place the ball correctly, and it's his. Raider Devillion, I think that after that game, we will see more of it. In other words, I think that Gardner Minshew had to play with him first to realize, hey, this guy can even have a guy in front of him, and if I just put it up a little high, he's going to fight the guy and beat him for the ball. And he's right. Even the one in the end zone, I don't know how many of you saw the touchdown catch from the back of the end zone camera, but it was amazing. The play action fake from Gardner Minshew, he sees Devontae, he throws a strike, and then literally Devontae and the defender both caught the ball almost simultaneously. And then Devontae just ripped it out of his hands. It was like blink of an eye fast. So the referees didn't even have to think about, is it a fair catch or blah, 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 blah. Because, right when they both went like that, he went, nope, and just snatched it away like it was a bag of Taco Bell. I just think it's funny that Devontae Adams does commercials for Taco Bell and he sponsors them. And, dude, they don't, he doesn't eat there. He doesn't eat their food. You would have to show me a video of him in the driveway or in their driveway. That's how little I eat fast food. Drive through. You'd have to show me video of him in the drive through before I believe it. Don't worry, our O-line will get better. Miller will get back in the groove of things after missing all the team OTAs and all of training camp, and he's still getting himself in shape too. I don't think it will take too long for things to start to gel and get better, giving our quarterback more of a cushion to make plays. Okay, I just want to say this first, okay? First, in the first game, we were playing Khalil Mack, okay? And we have to be honest, we don't like Joey Noza, but the guy does play. When he's not hurt and he's actually on the field, he's a force. He is a guy to be reckoned with. I've seen him throw dudes. Okay, so now you have basically Hercules and Thor on either side, and you're saying our O-line sucks because we couldn't block that? Guys, everything Michael Purefoy just said is true, and I'm adding to all of his. It's all true. Colton Miller's been out for a long time. He was out on an injury that required him to not exercise, so he's getting himself in shape. His wind is not there. It can't be, for a big guy, but it'll get there gradually. He's all pro, but we just got to keep him healthy. And if we can do that, he'll be the guy he was. And Thayer Munford, by the way, everyone, Thayer Munford sucks. he was up against Joey Bosa. You know what I mean? And then in this last game, the Ravens' defensive line is legit. So we got to be easy with this stuff. You got to remember, Thayer Mumford played pretty well week 1, even though he was facing Joey Bosa. And more importantly, it was stiff competition for week 1 and week 2. I'm impressed we got out of it 1-1. I thought we were going to be 0-2. I thought we were going to be 1-1, but I thought we were going to beat the Chargers and lose to the Ravens. And instead, we lost to the Chargers and beat the Ravens. So, go figure. That's why they play the games. You can't decide anything on paper. It's all on the field. It works. I use it on the preseason games at work. Exactly. Bear on both. Appreciate you, Jim. So, what did you think of the last game? Okay, it says GAMS. It says, so what did you think of the last GAMS? But I'm just assuming you mean games. And that is a beautiful baby, Glenn Medina. Wow. What a great photo. What I thought of the last game is we were in trouble. Gardner Minshew had just made another backup quarterback type of error, second-guessing himself, but being in between on it. In other words, it's okay if you second-guess yourself because you look at the number 1 throw and you say no and throw to the number 2 or dump it off in the flat, and you have like a 15, 20-yard route there, and instead you weren't sure, so you dumped it off to the running back and he gets 4 yards. Okay, that's fine. That's just second-guessing yourself. But we can't have second-guessing when you're in the middle of a throw and you try to then squeeze the ball, it pops out, and you literally cause an unforced turnover. Okay, and then in yesterday's game, again, he read the defense, saw what he thought was there, he started the motion, and then he went, oh no, but he had released the ball. But you can see him on camera going like, oh no, like, you know, he wanted that back so bad. You know what I mean? And then that's when Max Crosby had one of the greatest moments for a Raider player I've ever seen in my life. Guys, he's a defensive end. He's not a wide receiver. He's not a running back. He's not an offensive lineman. He's not an offensive line coach. He's not the quarterback coach. He's not the offensive coordinator. He's not the head coach. He's on the defense. And without his helmet on, he ran out onto the field. The instant he threw the interception and said, you got to get out of that, dog. Come on, let's go. You're here. We're doing this. We got you. Roll. And then you saw Gardner Minshew like, wow. And you could see he was stunned because he had gone through so much emotions. He immediately went through, oh God, I'm failing. I suck. What am I going to do? To wow. All right. Yeah. All right, brother. Yeah. Let's go. So see, now I'm torn because see now if he plays like that again in week 3 but has no turnovers, AOC's on the bench. You can't take the job from him if he's figuring it out. You just can't. Because if you go to AOC and he has no rhythm, you now screwed with him and Gardner Minshew and his rhythm he had developed. You gotta let him run this out. Which the Dofu app you can also project to your TV. Yes, Dustin King, I should have added that. When you use the Dofu app, not all of the bubbles I showed you where you pick a different one, they don't all go on your television. It's usually only the first one. But if you get the first one and it works, just tap on it a second time and it'll show you the square icon. Just hit it and it'll find your television and it'll go on there. It's pretty cool. Exactly. Just win, baby. Vaughn Brown, you get fired up. Glad I found this podcast. Vaughn Brown, let me tell you, Vaughn, this is every show. Raiders! Every show. And if anyone in my audience wants to tell you, they'll tell you. I have no doubt in what they'll tell you. With the Dofu app, you can also, on your TV. I need to look into canceling my NFL Sunday ticket. You get the Dofu. You know, honestly, Corinna, there's more reason to use Dofu than just turning off the NFL Network. The NFL Network ticket Obviously, it's expensive. Obviously, every time you hear someone complaining about it, it's because it's expensive. Because even people who make money, and don't, paying that kind of thing doesn't bother them. It is still expensive. I mean, you can tell that it costs a lot more than a lot of other anything you pay for on television. Not only that, and I know some of you may not know this because some of you haven't bought the NFL ticket, but this will kill you. There are some games that are on the NFL ticket that still have regional rules. So if you have the NFL ticket and you live in the region and they didn't sell out or there's some other rule that they broke, then the game is blacked out even on the NFL ticket. Yes, I'm positive. I had the NFL ticket once. I found out it was doing that. I canceled it. Because I just thought that was ridiculous. I was willing to pay the price. Okay? I paid it. Football games came on. I was like, cool. Then I wanted to look at one of the other games. It popped right up. I was like, this is cool. Popped up another game, and then I go to hit another one, and I get black screen. And it says, sorry, you can't watch this. It's preempted in your area. Wait, what? I'm paying a small fortune to watch this. What do you mean I can't watch it? But and I'll tell you honestly too, the NBA ticket does it too. That's the only tickets I bought. So if there's like a golf one and all the MMA, I don't know what it is. But I know basketball and the NFL regional rules still apply. So no matter what you pay, you cannot see certain games. Scotty Lutz, I don't like all the propaganda and lies that are going on YouTube right now. Just it seems like every day you turn on the TV, there's a new guy joining Steph Curry and the Warriors, and it doesn't say speculation. It doesn't say it might happen. It says this player has joined the Warriors, and then you click on it and it says he might join the Warriors. And you have to listen to robot voice, which I turn off immediately. I am doing what most people should do. If you don't like AI, don't use it. If you don't like AI, boycott it. That's what I'm doing. I don't use AI. I don't trip off AI. I don't want to watch AI YouTube videos. Nah. I'm not with it. This said by the guy who does self-checkout. Man, when Antonio was talking to Getsy was the moment. Yeah. There was a lot of moments in that game. Carlos Boykins, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Bear, our O-line is trash. Do you see any changes with a new O-line coach? No. What I'm going to say, Carlos, is this. I know Carlos is a quality employee, and I hire him. But then, when I hire you, I give you a new checkout system. I give you a new clock in and clock out system as an employee. And I also give you a new POS, point of sale system at the register. So you have to now learn all those things, but be expected to be as good as you've always been in other systems. I don't really think that's fair. Because you have to remember, Luke Getsy had the preseason and he had camp and then the preseason to get his system in place. But when you do that, you really only have practice, because when you go into those preseason games, you don't want to show other teams things you're working on. You don't even want them to have an idea of how you want to play. You talk about it in the press, but you don't really want to show them. You show them almost nothing that you're going to actually run at the NFL level, so that everything is kind of a surprise. I think that the offensive line right now is going through a lot of that. I think in camp, they looked great. I think the coaches were impressed with their work ethic, and now they're hitting some bumps in the road with communication, timing. When is this guy healthy and he's in, but now this guy's hurt and he's out, as far as Colton Miller. But I think that this is going to correct itself. And even if we get a new offensive line coach, or have already, I don't necessarily think it's going to be because of that. Men still have to beat the man in front of them. And when the man in front of you is Khalil Mack, I'm going to be easy with you. You know what I mean? I'm not going to expect you to just shut down Khalil Mack. If he makes a play or two, it's Khalil Mack. Mark Vargas, look at you. Yeah, but did you know it on the top of your head? He had 197 touchdowns. I didn't know that. Okay, when we actually started passing the ball towards the end of the game, we had momentum. Yeah, Dustin King, Coach AP just basically said the running game's not working. We got to get away from that and just attack. And I know we're all excited about what Devontae Adams did, but I was even more impressed with Brock Bowers because he's so young. You know what I mean? And yet he seemed to be matching Devontae Adams. I'm trying to think of just the right way to say this. What Devontae Adams brings to the football field is that little bit extra, you know what I mean, of footwork, of strength, of fight for the ball in the air. Brock Bowers brings that, but he's not a veteran yet, and yet he looked like one. I mean, that catch he made in the red zone, and then spins like 8, does 2 spins, carries 5 guys down to the 1, jumps up and says, I'm here. And he was in the Ravens Stadium. What's he going to do in Las Vegas? I can't wait, man. If we got that kind of game from Brock Bowers in just his second game of his life. Now, I missed the question as far as actually reading it at the time because I was, doing what I do. I'm long-winded. But as far as the Michael Mayer trade question, my answer is no. I don't think that there's a reason to trade him because he might be on somewhat of a slow curve. I think the slow curve is just a normal curve for most athletes. And if we just wait him out, whether it's year 3 or year 4, Michael Mayer is going to be a stud. A stud. There's no doubt about it. It's just, look at how you felt seeing it on Brock Bowers. Think about that. You're ultra excited because he's doing it right now. Okay, the reason you're excited about that is because it's unique. You know what I mean? We don't normally get a young guy that comes with it like that in game 2 of his life on the road against a tough defense and a raucous crowd, and he gives us that? I'm being God's honest telling you, and I was looking at my TV a couple of times after a couple of catches he made, and I was literally going, damn. He deserves an ovation whether he can hear it or not. That is impressive. The guy's got fantastic hands, man. He has hands like a whiteout. I was shocked. He was making diamond point catches, which, if you don't know what that means, it just means you make that diamond shape, with your hands, and you're catching the point of the ball. He made 2 or 3 of those and made them look easy. So much so, at first I didn't notice him. And I looked at Ma Bear and I'm like, he's diamond pointing the ball. Damn. Kenny! Let me get that pinky out for my guy from the land of whiskey and crumpets, sending me coin all the way from the land of Britain. Kenny! Blair! Appreciate the love, brother. Always there for Raider Bear. And I do mean always there for Raider Bear. I got love for you, brother. I really do. And I don't say this enough. I'm going to start getting better about that, saying that to people like Glenn Medina, Bob Stannard. But you guys have been following me for a really long time. And whether it's about my talent and the fact that I make you laugh and I give you the news and things like that, regardless, I appreciate you. And to everyone that bought my daughter's book, too. God bless. I really appreciate you. Because that was a dream of hers. For those of you who may not know, I know I've already said it. I don't really hide it. It's no secret. But my daughter has autism, and she's Asperger's, and she's had 2 jobs now, and she's getting really confident in herself, and she's been doing really great in college, and just everything in her life. She's broken all the odds. We had specialists tell us that she wouldn't be able to work at a job. She wouldn't be able to make it in high school. Instead, she's on the verge of graduating from college. And we've just broken every barrier. She's done it, not us. We were just there. You know what I mean? We might have put the saddle on the horse, but she won the race. You know what I mean? So it was like a dream of hers to write a book, and you guys got her off to a great start, and I really appreciate it. I'm trying not to cry and all that stuff. I'm not too much man to cry, okay? How about Brock Bowers? Is he a dog? Glad we got him. Edgar Lucky De Leon. I already answered that question before I got to it. I love the way our defense is embracing the offense and supporting them, carrying them. Hopefully our quarterback situation gets better going into week 3. No, there's no doubt it will. There's no doubt it will. Week 3 is coming right when we need it. Now, the Panthers are obviously, I mean, we have to be careful because I've been saying for 3 weeks that's a win. Okay? And I feel like it is. I feel like there's no way they come into... I'm going to take a chance at jinxing us and just say it out loud. I don't think there's any way they come into Vegas and beat us. And the only reason I'm doing that is because I don't believe in jinxes when it comes to certain things. And this is one of those things. The disadvantage that they're at, being on the road, and the fact that we're obviously a better team right now, to me is too much to overcome. For them to just come into our house and play pesky and run around and with their hair on fire and somehow find a way to beat us. Yeah. They're going down. And Gardner's going to get an opportunity to really go through that playbook. Because, see, they're not going to be able to stop the run or the pass. And because our defense will be able to get them off the field quickly over and over again, because their offense is horrible. And Andy Dalton, for those of you who hadn't heard, Bryce Young, the starting quarterback for the Panthers, is hurt. Or excuse me, he's not hurt. The coaching staff for the Panthers benched him because of poor play. And it goes all the way back to last year. He's been a deer in the headlights. Now, is some of that because of the offensive line? Yes. But some of it also is talent. He's slow. I don't know how many of you have seen it, but I don't mean slow like in his brain. He's not a stupid kid. But I mean he's slow in the sense of his progressions of reading what he's supposed to be doing. When he gets to the third one, someone's sacking him. Because he should be on his 5th and making a decision, and instead he's being hit and brought down. And he's not being allowed to get through his progressions because the line is terrible. So when the line lets him go through his progressions, he reads too slow. And when the line doesn't let him get through his progressions, he has no play because he's still reading. It's just, they're a mess. They're a mess. They lost their defense. That was the only thing they really had going for them. They had 2 wide receivers that were really blazing fast. One went to the Jets, and I think the other one went to the Bucks. So the Panthers are stripped down to the bolts. And we're facing the Red Rifle. Or as I dubbed him, the orange squirt gun. Pew, 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 pew. Oh. My question is, does everybody want me to put all of Raider Nation to bed on a good note? Do you guys want to all go to bed on a good note? You want me to do that for you tonight? You want me to tuck you all in? Get the feet under the blanket and everything? I'll go get you a cup of water. Remember, they have a bad offensive line. I know you all know where I'm going. I just like the build-up. Woo! And you know that the Condor, the Intimidator, the Thunder God, he's got a lot of nicknames now. The Thunder God's going to stick. He's going to go full Thunder God on whoever's back there. In other words, Andy Dalton got no shot. No shot in hell. He's going to get blasted. Max Crosby is going to hit that man so hard, he's going to get wet, and then they're going to walk him dry. It's over, man. That game's over. I have no respect. I will not respect the Panthers. I do not believe in jinxes. I'm not going to tap on wood. I don't care. The Panthers are that bad, and they should go down. And if they don't, we got to reevaluate ourselves. AP had a long conversation with the OC on the sidelines, getting on him about the BS offense in the first half. Breeze Raider Nation, I like that profile pic looking smooth. And yes, there was a lot of that. And to be honest with you, I liked it. I really did. I mean, there was a sense of urgency, it seemed like, on every snap from the defense. But not the offense. The intensity level is not the same. And it's I don't know how many of you noticed it, but I think it's drastically obvious. The defense goes out there and they look like crazy Polynesians doing a hookah dance. I mean, and then their offense wets themselves, and then their offense goes out there and goes, "Come on, guys, let's try to score some touchdowns and stuff." No, come on. You know you just like my hookah. Hookah. That was terrible. Haka. Armando Ochoa, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Have no fear. The bear is here. Yeah. At least you know it'll never be boring. I don't do boring. Kim Lissetti. Hi, Kim. Cody Palmer. What's up, bear? He always says, yo, bear. Hi, Vicky Ginn. Vicky Ginn was describing my show to someone the other day. She doesn't know I saw this comment because it was like a comment in a post. And Vicky Ginn was talking to somebody about R8RBEAR Live. And then she goes, oh, yeah, you'll like the show. Oh, and it's loud. I was like, what the hell? You're just supposed to be selling me. How is it selling me to go, oh, and it's loud? Give me a break here. R8RBEAR! What are you talking about? I'm like this after losses. After wins, it gets obscene. Alexa, resume! All right, that's my show. Much love. Shout out to our armed forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, National Guard for all you do. The energy and love of this show is dedicated to your sacrifice, active and veteran. Much love. Grab the pets, close the front door, shut the window. Okay, that's enough time. R8RBEAR! Let's go! I said that morning, I said, you know what? No, I didn't cough. I said, you know what? I wonder if ravens taste like chicken. Deadpool, and then we went out there and found out. All right, that's it. Everyone go home. Get out. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow your boy. Share if you care, bear, and all that good stuff. Much love. Tomorrow, see you soon. R8RBEAR family page.